Learning a square and b square. If you're learning pre-calculus, you will encounter a square and b square, especially in ellipse and hyperbola. Well, when the teacher is teaching you how to find them, they actually split it with horizontal or vertical equation. So it's really confusing when you're locating a square and b square because they teaching you two types of way, in vertical and horizontal. But I can teach you a way that you can find the a squared and b squared without thinking if it's horizontal or vertical. So this is actually how we find a squared. So a squared is the major axis. So it's mean a squared is much higher than the b squared. So all a squared is always higher than the b squared. So minor axis means less important. Major is means important. So just keep in mind a axis, a squared is major axis and b squared is minor axis. Like just I said, a squared will always be higher than b squared. To find a squared or b squared, you will see them in the denominator, in the bottom of the numerator. So take notes, negative is always lower than positive. So I'll give you an example. 0 is much higher than negative. So this is lower than 0, the negative. So and 1 is higher than 0. So if you see positive and negative, positive will always be the a squared. This will always be the a squared because it's positive. Either way, if it's higher number or lower, because negative is less than 0. Same go here and here. See, this is all a squared and this is all b squared. Now let's give an example how to locate an a squared and b squared. As you can see, this is equation for hyperbola because there is a negative on it. So it say here first if you see a given, you should always look the sign. So this is positive. So this is positive. And you can see there's a negative on here, so this is negative. So 16 is automatically a negative or lower than 0. So that's common sense. So we will make a squared 9 because it has a positive sign on the front, and then b squared 16. Even 16 is higher than 9, it's still negative, and negative is lower than 0. So 9 will take the a squared. Now let's give another example. What if we change the sign and we make it ellipse? This is a given of ellipse because they are both positive. Now, I told you before, when someone's giving you a given, you will always first look of the sign. So this is positive and this is positive. When they both positive, now you will consider which is the highest denominator. So which is the highest denominator? That's right, it's 16. So a squared will be 16. And b squared will be 9. That's how you find a squared and b squared. Now, Tagalog version naman. Sa mga Pilipino dyan, estudyante sa Pinas, I got your back. Explain ko to in Tagalog. So, katulad nga dito, a squared, ibig sabihin ng major axis yung mahalaga. Yung minor axis yung medyo hindi mahalaga. So yung a squared kailangan mas mataas yung ito kaysa dito. Mas mataas tong a squared kaysa sa b squared. Tapos nahanap sila madalas sa denominator o sa ilalim ng numerator. Yung may slash yung may divide. Ngayon, tandaan mo lang, palagi mo nang tandaan para hindi ka malito is yun nga, yung negative is mas mababa pa yung negative 6 sa 0. So automatic yung positive mas mataas kaysa sa mga negative sign. So lahat to mas mataas kasi positive sila. So ito lahat mas mababa sila sa 0 kasi negative sila. Ngayon, ito yung given. Pag binigyan kayo ng given ng teacher nyo, una titignan nyo is yung sign dito. Positive siya. Positive lahat yan, tas positive lahat to. Kasi positive yung sa harapan. Ngayon, dahil pareho silang positive, titignan mo kung sino yung pinakamataas na denominator. Mas mataas si 16. So, si 16 yung magiging a squared. So, katulad nga sinabi ko, yung a squared is yung mas mataas. Tapos naman, b squared naman tong 9. Kasi as pangalaw, bababa siya. So, ganyan na siya. Hindi mo na makukuha. Ganyan naman, ang tawag pala sa given natin is ellipse. Kasi parehong positive yung given. Ngayon naman, paano naman pag ginawa kong negative? Itong yung y-axis natin. Ginawa ko siyang negative. So, katulad na sinabi ko, pag binigyan kayo ng given, titignan mo muna kung yung sign nila. Dito, negative. So, ito lahat, negative yan. Tapos dito naman, positive 2. So, lahat yan, positive. Ngayon, kahit as malaki si 16, hindi siya yung magiging a square kasi positive dito. So, a squared is equal to 9. Tapos kaya naman ito naging b squared kasi negative yung sign dito. Sabihin, as mababa pa siya sa 0. Kaya naging b squared yung natin kasi as mababa pa sa 0 yung negative. Lahat ng klase ng negative na number as mababa pa sa 0. Ganun lang kumuha ng a squared tsaka b squared. Sana makatulong. Bye!